It's Sunday evening, so I thought let's go and camp on the edge of a cliff. Hi, this is Everyday Prepper, welcome to the channel. I finished work early, thought, do you know what, I'm going to pitch a tarp up here and I'm going to stay the night. I found a spot basically on the cliff edge and it's about 3 metres from the cliff edge. So it's a bit dicey. Sundown is at 6:05. So I've chosen this spot because it's somewhere I go quite often, up on the cliffs. It's not in a woodland. I know it's going to get pretty cold. It's getting a little bit cold now as the sun goes down. It's been a really nice day. There's a bit of cloud cover. I thought I'll get the tarp set up, cook some dinner. Now I've got three different methods of cooking with me, just in case. First of all, I've got my BCB burner with my Fire Dragon firelighters, which I know really work well. Just a bit of an issue getting them out, putting them out. But I have brought some gloves so I can close up the burner in case of emergency. The other thing I brought is an alcohol burner, which I bought the other day. Nice little thing. It's got a really good. It's got a lid on it with a seal to stop the alcohol leaking out of it. Now I can guarantee you that no alcohol will leak out of it, and that's because I forgot to fill it with alcohol. So that method's out the window. Luckily I've got a gas burner with a stand on it. Because it's quite a grassy area up here, there's lots of tussocks of grass, I think I'm probably going to end up using the gas. Just waiting for everyone else to bugger off, and then I'll get the tarp set up. And I also have just got today a new tarp. I love a tarp. I love a tarp like I love a rucksack. It's a 1.5 metre by 2.2 metre, which should be ideal for putting inside the tarp. As I said, it's about 3 metres from the cliff edge. I have like an emergency pee-pee bottle that is ideal for camping and festivals, and they do them online, geared towards festival goers and stuff. And it's ideal for getting up in the middle of the night. Now I thought, oh, I'll bring that. I just didn't have any room because I don't really want to get up in the night for a pee and when I'm that close to the edge of the cliff, but I'm going to have to. I still hear voices around, so I'm going to check the lay of the land. I'm going to angle the tarp sideways on so I'm looking out over the cliffs. I thought that'd be great to wake up in the morning to that. Got an hour before sundown, so I'll let the light go down a little bit more, maybe give it another 20 minutes, and then I'll get the tarp set up and chat some more rubbish from there. Interestingly, I don't know if you can hear that, bloody Coast Guard plane keeps flying around overhead. I'm just wondering, are they going to see me cooking and then send the Coast Guard down, or cliff rescue or something? That'd be an interesting addition to the evening. Not many people about. There's some people just crossing a field about a mile away from me. I'm going to get the tarp up. I've got some lighting with me, so hopefully I can film some cooking. I've got some noodles tonight, nothing amazing. Last 2 camping trips I've bottled out cooking. I actually brought some coffee this time for the morning, which I'm really looking forward to having a nice cup of coffee in the morning, looking out over the sea, which should be great. Lush green fields behind me, the sun's going down over there as well. It's absolutely beautiful here, but it is cold. I knew it was going to be cold. I mean, camping on the edge of a cliff, for Christ's sake, is going to be cold in October, isn't it? After a sunny day. I'm sure it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Right, coast is clear, quite literally. Let's get this tarp set up. Now, I haven't even got the tarp up. I'm still just about to get set up. Now the paranoia is setting in, and here's why. I can't believe it. So I'm going to be cooking, I've got noodles, curry noodles. I can really smell like coriander or cumin. Like really strong. I don't know if it's someone's got a fire or someone's camping near me, like right here, and not saying anything, and I haven't heard them. So I'm going to do a full check around to make sure I'm not the only one camping here. I did a big perimeter check earlier. That curry smell is either some coriander or some kind of curry smelling plant, because there's lots of quite rare plants up here, or there's a load of caravans, because I'm smelling it downwind, not caravans, motorhomes right at the top of the cliffs. There's a parking area up there near the memorial, and they might be cooking their dinner, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm done a big perimeter walk. I don't want to be tripping over that in the night. Some bloody people walking down the path, so they would have spotted what I'm doing, so I'm gonna sit tight, see what happens. But that's how we're looking. I'm gonna get inside and just lay low for a minute and see what happens when these people pass. I quite like this door open because I can get out without fumbling around trying to open doors in the night. I think I might be warm enough. Really sheltered under here. This tarp is good. It's getting a bit old now. It's had a few little camps. Might need to buy another tarp and another rucksack to go with it. So I want everyone to bugger off and then I can get cooking, because the cooking smells. I'm going to make my own curry smells. What I've done is I've used the spiky ends of the poles to spread my ground sheet apart at the front. Perfect. Keeps it nice and taut. So I've literally just done a straight kind of ridge and then brought in the two end corners underneath my ground sheet. Yeah, so it'll keep off any rain if it does rain in the night. There are some clouds building up. But now that's got rid of the wind, it's a lot warmer. I'll put all my sleeping stuff down when I know there's no one around. Oh, one thing that was really good, I brought a canteen of water. I got one of these. I've got two of these. I've got a black one, I've got a green one. And both of them, when you put water in and you tip them around like that, they leak horrendously. So I thought there must be a way of sorting this out, a really quick, easy way. So I went online, went on Google. There was a guy, I can't remember the channel name now, but I left a message for him because it's genius. I don't know if he's military, but literally he said, oh yes, it's a common problem, they all do it. And what you do is unscrew it. So it takes about 1.5 litres of water, it's perfect. But that top bit was uneven, it had some grooves in it that weren't meeting properly with the end of the cap. And that's all that happened. So he said get some sandpaper out. And I had some quite rough sandpaper, but it did the job. Sandpapered it down and it doesn't leak. So it's perfect. So that's sorted that out. So now I can take that with me camping. That stayed in my cupboard for ages because it didn't work. Make sure there's no one about, and then I'll do some cooking. Can't see anyone on the path. I'm going to go and have another look. But this is my setup. So this is a stealth camp, and I went for stealth and a low profile. Can't even see it now. There it is. That's blended in really well with that camo. I love that camo pattern. So good. See, this is how paranoid I get, right? I just sprayed myself with DEET all over my head, by my ears and everything else to stop me getting bitten. And now I can smell really strong DEET. I'm thinking, someone else must be camping. Madness. But I think I'm going to enjoy tonight. It's beautiful. I've got the ferry going out there. When it gets even darker, you know, about half an hour's time, you won't be able to see that at all. If anyone comes this way, they'll just trip over it, which won't be good because I'll be in it. Right, yep, did a quick check. The light's fading fast now, so I'm going to cook my noodles before it gets dark. I've got my green jacket on just because it's a nice down jacket, and it's green, so it blends in with the background a little bit. Apart from my hoodie, and I've still got my waistcoat thing that I can use. I'll probably use that as a pillow actually. I normally end up using that as a pillow. So I'll set the bedding up in a minute and now it's time to get some cooking on. I brought my billy set just to make cooking a bit easier, to put the noodle packet in. I thought it'd be a bit difficult in the mess tin. I think I'm going to get some lighting on actually, because it's a bit dark in here now. That's better. I can hear a dog behind me, so I'm assuming there's people around. Hopefully they won't have seen the tent. The light's really fading now, and it's really hard to see with this camo, hopefully. Although that pesky Coast Guard plane has been going overhead again. But he ain't going to spot my gas, which is why I didn't want to have the fire of the Fire Dragon. Although they're really good, the gas is being hidden completely by my billy set, which is cool. So I'm going to heat this water up and have my noodles. A stupid thing just happened. I spent all afternoon looking for my spork. I just cooked up my noodles, which are now getting cold. And while I'm cooking them, could I find my spork? My poor wife was going nuts this afternoon. Where have you bloody put it? Finally found it. And it went in the bag, and then I could not find it. I've packed my rucksack so heavily. But this is the damn thing. It's got a little spoon fold out. It's got a knife on it. It's got a fork on it. Perfect. Curry noodles. I went for two sachets of noodles. I'm sure I'm doing this wrong. Ah, yes. Of course. It detaches. So now you have your fork. Perfect. I forgot. I had a beef hot pot, freeze-dried meal that I've got a spare at home. I can bring that, but nothing beats noodles. Curried noodles. I haven't got any beef jerky or anything to chuck in them, but anyway. The sun is well down. It's really quite dark. There's no way anyone will see my tent. They might see the light. Try and put it behind my rucksack. And I'll probably set up my sleeping bag and get my head down a bit. I might try and close the entrance a bit, because I've got a bit of wind coming in off the sea now. Oh. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a bit of wind coming off the sea. I can feel it blowing all up under my trousers. Don't really want to be scrabbling around redoing my whole tarp on the edge of a cliff. I don't think there's any dog walkers now. I did hear some dogs a minute ago. I can see all the ship's lights. It's lovely. This is really great. Really quite serene on here now. I'm not particularly worried. I reckon the only sort of people who are going to come down now would be Coast Guard. You know, worried about some crazy lunatic on the cliff, because that's normally what you get. So I reckon that'll be all we have to worry about. And the good thing is, I've got the entrance. The only way in is via the cliff. No one's going to climb up the cliff. And I've got my guy rope there to trip anyone up. So they'll go over. And if they come from behind, I'll be able to hear them. So it's all good. What a night. It was really cold, and I'm kind of glad I survived the night, really. I was absolutely freezing. Loads to learn from this though, loads to learn, because it wasn't the coldest night we're going to get, far from it. It's now chucking it down. I'm right on the edge of the cliff still. It's I don't know if you can see that, 6:57, no, it's 5:57. 5:57, Monday, 14th of October. We made it. Battery is on 36%. Yeah, and it's chucking it down. It's been chucking it down for quite a lot of the night, actually, for quite a few hours. I set an alarm for 5:40 because I wasn't sure. Light's coming up about 7 o'clock, but I wasn't sure what time it was going to actually be visible light, but I'm just going to sit under the tarp for the moment. Tarp's really low profile. I've raised it up a little bit, but I'm dry. Water has come through the lower part of the tent through condensation, I think, or where I've been touching the tarp all night, but the bivvy bags kept my sleeping bag dry, I think. Certainly dry on the inside anyway, which is really good. But yeah, lots to learn. I had to put I should have done a closed in configuration, because the wind changed direction last night to a northerly wind, bloody typical. So I pulled my ground sheet out from under me, and I'm just using my silver lining for a ground sheet, which is alright. It's probably soaking underneath. It's probably soaked in the water as well. Well, it didn't feel like it. But I used my ground sheet tarp as a bit of a windbreak and as a further shelter. So I had to attach that up. I can't even show you on the camera now because it's chucking it down. But I attached it with a prosthetic loop and one of my homemade toggles, and then pegged it to the ground. So that's been keeping the wind out a little bit, but the wind keeps changing direction. But it did give me some more protection. So yeah, it was woolly hat and hood up, coat on, fully clothed, everything last night. Bit of a nightmare really. And I did get some sleep though. Snored my way through. So I think I'm going to just wait for the light to come up, and then I'll see what I'm going to do. Oh, still chucking it down. I fell asleep for about an hour, which was interesting. I obviously didn't get very much sleep during the night, so I'm going to have to go back home and have some sleep there. So I've got the coffee on. I've got the hot water on. I'm assuming there's going to be some dog walkers out soon, because it's like 7 o'clock. Oh no, 7:15 now. So if I'm discovered, I'll just tell them I'm homeless and I'll move on. That'd be fun. So yeah, I'm going to have a coffee, pack up all my wet gear. Luckily I've got a rucksack waterproof cover to put over, and I'll probably wrap my small tarp round me if it's not too wet already, and hike back to the car. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I've got a Grenade white chocolate breakfast bar, or white chocolate protein bar that I'm going to have for breakfast. Can't be asked to cook anything. So that's it. Third wild camp on the edge of the cliffs. It didn't crumble away during the night, although cliff falls tend to happen after heavy rainfall, and it's been raining solid for hours, so I do need to get out of here. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and stay prepared.